Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at a game called XX Mission, and even though on the cabinet and marquee it says Mission XX, it is actually known as XX Mission, perhaps to differentiate itself from the earlier game known as Mission X, and that was a really crappy vertically scrolling shoot 'em up created by Data East for the DECO Cassette System, and this one ain't no great shakes either. This was created by UPL, short for Universal Playland, in 1986, and this game was suggested by YouTube user NES or Nestalgba, and you have the opportunity to, just like Xevious, use a regular shot or use bombs as your secondary shot to take out ground targets. But rather stupidly, you cannot use both at the same time. You have to switch between the other. But for the most part, there will only be one type of enemies at a time. You will be dealing with either ground targets or air targets. Not both, at least early on in the game. So just worry about using one weapon or the other. Sometimes there will be an onslaught of missiles coming at you, and I guess if you avoid shooting even one, you could get a bonus. But that very rarely happens in the game. There will only be like 2 or 3 maybe instances in the entire game where that can happen. But yeah, this is known as XX Mission, not Mission XX, no matter what the cabinet or marquee tries to tell you. But there is an opportunity on occasion to get a power-up. And to do that, you must, I'll show you how, how it works later on. But let's get started first. Eventually. There we go. But yeah, you will, like I was saying, you will have ground targets or airborne enemies to deal with, not both at the same time, at least early on in the game. And you will note that there will be some enemies with a little black turret on them. Those are the ones that will shoot at you. Not all of them will shoot at you. The ones without those turrets will not shoot at you. But yeah, eventually we will come across ways to get a weapon upgrade. It does not last terribly long. Sometimes there will be enemies that take multiple hits to bring down, like that guy with the blue center that we just flew over. Now we are back to the, now we go to the airborne enemies. So don't worry about using bombs here, at least early on in the game. There is an ending to the game, and we will look at that later. The terrains will often repeat throughout the game. Whoops. But yeah, just avoid the enemy shots. Don't collide with the enemies. That will kill you. But when you do come across a power-up, you can upgrade your shot to double lasers that are very fast. You can get like a 4-way shot, and you could get homing missiles. Now the most common way to get the power-up to appear is to shoot a group of, I think it's usually green enemies that will appear, a formation of green enemies. Kind of like how the red enemies would appear in the game 1942. You shoot them all and then you can get the power up from them. You will get an extra life at 30,000. At this point, watch out from behind, because those big enemies will try to ram you from behind. And again, if they touch you, you're dead. Whoops. Yeah, you get an extra life at 30,000. After that, I'm not entirely sure what the multiples of are that you need to reach to get an extra life. But there are multiple extra lives to be had at some point in the game through scoring. But yeah, remember that generally the ground enemies that have turrets are the ones that will shoot at you. There will be a point, and note that they can shoot at you from behind if you pass them, so watch out. There will be a point in the game where enemies cannot be seen and they are still shooting at you. There is the formation of enemies, and you will have this little icon that you can shoot multiple times to change the shot that you're gonna get. Damn it, I died. But at least I passed 30,000, so I can get that extra life. Maybe I'll get the icon again. There it is. And it'll show as like a badge with a number of stars. And you can change the weapon that you're going to get from that badge by continually shooting it. This one gave me a 5-way shot, or was it 4-way shot? Depending on the color of the badge, you might get the power up for a longer amount of time, or it may change your ground shot to that. Ah, crap. And here we're flying over the ocean, and there are battleships that will require multiple bombs to destroy. Well, that was my game. We are going to look at snippets of the rest of the game. And like I was saying, there is definitely an end to the game. You reach a certain point, and then the game will just stop, and then you'll get like some sort of congratulatory message in really bad English. I chose to continue, but I put on a invincibility cheat just so I can get through the game. There is another way to make a power-up appear, and that is by destroying ground targets. And later on in the game, some of the ground targets will make this little blue circle appear on the ground, and you need to destroy it with another bomb, and then that'll make the power-up icon appear. And again, by repeatedly shooting it, you can make it shuffle between the various weapon power-ups, and generally it is just like a twin laser, a 4-way shot, and homing missiles, which are really cool. I like those. But the color scheme of the badge is brown, green, and blue. And I think the blue has the shortest lifespan of the power-up. It'll go away soonest. And that is followed by, I think, brown is medium length of time that you have that power-up, and then green is the longest. And the effect may be for the ground bomb, or it may be for your shot. And I'm not sure what makes it decide to be for the ground bomb or for the shot. And now here we've got enemies that are hidden that are shooting at you from the woods there, but you can still bomb them. And sometimes they're like in the river, and sometimes they're in the air. It's like, where are they hiding in the air? There's no clouds. This game is kind of stupid, and I don't know. There's that blue spot that you can bomb, and you can make the power-up appear. And there's the blue spot again. We'll scoot forward to the various different parts of the game, but yeah, the general terrain is repeated multiple times over the course of the game. The last area of the game is unique. It has not been repeated or done earlier, and that is kind of an Arctic setting, and we'll look at that later on. And then once you fly through that area, then the game just ends. Yeah, this game just isn't very interesting, I don't think. The power-up system is kind of flawed, kind of stupid. Yeah, you gotta remember where it is that the enemies will fly from behind. I think you should get like a special bonus for destroying all those planes, or get a power-up opportunity. You have to learn the pattern of these planes. Some of them are kind of crazy, and they can easily surprise you and ram into you. There's more group enemies that I can get that power-up from. And there's those missiles that drop at you. And again, I think that if you don't destroy any of those, you will get like a 20,000 point bonus or something. But the 3 power-ups that shuffle when you destroy that, or when you touch that power-up, or shoot the power-up icon, it can also shuffle between just a simple point bonus. And that point bonus says WAP. I don't know what the hell that stands for, but it says WAP. And it can be like 2,000 points or 5,000 points. I've never seen this in arcades. It's dull. UPL didn't really have a whole lot of great games, I don't think. Oh, there's another group of enemies. There, I got the point bonus. And sometimes there'll be a large jet that you have to take down with multiple shots, and it might come from behind. And there's another, oops, I didn't get that one. Ooh, one right after the other. What'll I get this time? But yeah, with 1 star, oops, I might have paused it there, sorry. With 1 star, you will get a 4-way. With 2 stars, you will get a twin laser, and with 3 stars, you will get homing missiles. And there you'll see the little stars on the badge as you shoot it. Yeah, Universal Playland, UPL, was a subsidiary of Universal, and Universal was most famous for the Mr. Do series, some of the Cosmic series of games like Cosmic Adventure, Cosmic Monsters, Cosmic Gorilla, Cosmic Alien, 0 Hour, a bunch of other ones. Ladybug. Ladybug was another one. And once in a while later on in the game, you'll have this plane that shoots a volley of shots at you real quick. Like I was saying, we're just going to scoot forward to some of the later moments in the game. And there's that blue, I couldn't shoot it in time, or bomb it in time. There's that blue patch that appears sometimes when you shoot ground targets. But again, remember that you'll often see a little tiny black turret from the ground enemies, and those are the ones that will attack you. And then here's more enemies coming from behind. This game to me is just really dull, and I think the power-up system is kind of lame. Not like so lame that it altogether is flawed, but sometimes you just aren't gonna know whether or not you're gonna get the power-up for your regular shot or the ground weapon. I think the color scheme for the badges just indicates that the lifespan of the power-up before it just goes away. You know, how long you're going to have it. There was another green group of enemies, and there's that awesome missile attack. I really do like that. It's about the only thing I find about this game that's all that great. And there's more ground enemies that you can't see. Just some things about this game that are lame or just nonsensical or just don't jive with the logic of the usual shoot 'em ups. And there was the blue spot that I shot so I could get the or bombed so that I could get this power up. Yeah, I've never seen or heard of XX Mission. I had definitely heard of Mission X, which I thought was pretty bad, by Data East for the DECO Cassette System. A couple times during the game, if you play through it, you'll get this battleship. It looks like there's a bunch of cannons on the battleship, but you can't shoot, or you can't bomb like one cannon at a time. You just have to bomb the whole battleship enough times to take it down. Yeah, we got enemies somehow under the water that are shooting up at you that we can't see. A little bit later, we got descending enemies with a volley of shots. And that sound indicates that you lost the power-up. It's gone. It just goes away over time. And depending on the color of the badge that you collected, the power-up, that will determine how quickly you will lose it. And like I said, brown seems to have an average effect, green has the longest effect, and blue has the shortest effect, or at least that's been my experience. Yeah, Universal Playland, their best games, they had some good ones. Return of the Invaders was okay. I liked Nova 2001. Ninja Kid might have been kind of interesting. And there will be, yeah, a section where it looks like you're in outer space, and then it just goes over to the ocean next. What in the hell? Weird. But like I was saying, the last section is there's my four-way shot. The last section is like in an Arctic type of area. And there's this giant jet here shooting missiles at me. And once you pass through the Arctic area, then the game will end. You get some congratulatory message in terrible English, and here is this Arctic area here. I hope you're enjoying warm weather at this point. We're getting really nice weather in the Pacific Northwest right now. Upper 60s, 70s generally. It'll probably go into the 80s soon. There might be some UPL related icons. I think that's a penguin, might be from a UPL game. I'm not sure what that is that I just flew over there. And there is the ending. You are the great and excellent player, and you are splendid, superior, what? I give up. That's just terrible. But that was XX Mission by UPL, or Universal Playland, in 1986. Terrible, pretty bad vertically scrolling shoot 'em up. Not very interesting. But yeah, don't confuse it with Mission X by Data East for the DECO Cassette System in 1982. I have a video of that if you're interested. In fact, that is also a flashback video and looks back at the year 1982. You might find something interesting or something you didn't know. I paused it there, sorry. Yeah, I had to use Bandicam to capture this, so it records any pausings or going to the options menu or whatever, so I'll put in my initials here. Get to put in a lot of initials, which is nice. Not many other nice things about this game, in my opinion. Well, that was XX Mission by Universal Playland, or UPL, in 1986. Well, this is Crazy Climber 80 saying thank you for watching XX Mission by UPL in 1986, suggested by YouTube user Nestalgba. I will see you soon with another video. Have a good one, folks. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.